a little bit of a Southwestern flair with an updated look.
I love that, boy. Okay, here's what we did. We had a little issue with our graphics. I apologize with that. So we are gonna go back to the pendant in just a minute because for some reason it was right information there, but it said ring and not pendant necklace or pendant. So we're gonna jump right onto the ring, which is also brand new, which I just could not believe, $74.98, Jen. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like so much going on here. We have sizes 5 through 12. So once again, we have that in the Kingman Turquoise, we have it in Spiny Oyster, or we have it available in that white buffalo, which we call Howlite. So we're gonna transition a little bit because this is, now, is this the same designer or artisan who did the ring, Jen, that did the pendant?
I do believe that there were two people from, I must have, excuse me if I read it wrong or not. You have Loretta Delgorito, and you have Emerson as well. So it could be, it could be a combination of both.
So, and see, but that goes back to what we were saying before, right, Jen? That they all, like, they work together, correct?
Yes, yes, they do.
So if they know somebody making a heart-shaped pendant, hey, let's see, go to one of the artisans that masters in rings, and let's create a beautiful heart-shaped ring, right? And they work.
Oh, yes. And especially when you see them work and you see the person who is cutting the stone. Like I've said before, I was watching a father and a daughter who were stone cutters and polishers. He was showing me how he was actually measuring out the size of the turquoise, what he was going to cut. And then he went to the grinding machine and was cutting it. And he sent me with his daughter. His daughter looked like she was his age, and I was like, oh my God. But looking at their fingers, I was scared for them. And but it was just like second nature, like for them just dipping their hands into something that is growing out to be a treasure for someone, an heirloom. And this is the product of, what was being done.
Oh, pretty, I love that. And the story behind it, I mean, it's another beautiful gift. You collect hearts, you don't see heart-shaped stones like this very often, and so comfortable on the hand. Jen, let's touch on Spiny Oyster, because I know we talk obviously a great deal about Kingman Turquoise and turquoise in general. We touched on the white buffalo, the Howlite a little bit earlier, but the Spiny Oyster, it's an important stone in Native American culture, isn't it?
Yes, for Spiny Oyster, the Spiny Oyster coral, turquoise, bone, sinew, feather, they were the first types of jewelry that was being made a long time ago. And they were often found in excavation sites throughout the Southwest. And it was proven that there was also lapis that were found in these excavation sites there was trade back then. There were macaw feathers often found hand sewn together with these stones. And so these were the first types of jewelry that were being made a long time ago. And so just to keep that tradition going on, a lot of artisans have kept the Spiny Oyster inside their jewelry making. And actually the Spiny Oyster is like a representation of the female spirit, because the male spirit is the turquoise, which comes from the Father Sky. And so you have that love between the male and the female coming together, becoming as one in the heart tear.
These stories, I could listen to Jen like for hours and hours on end. They're all, it's like so much meaning behind, obviously, the designs, the stones that they choose, the design works that they choose. I mean, this case here, very simply, the three most, really, some of the most important stones, obviously turquoise #1, that they use in making Southwestern jewelry, but that beautiful heart, you just don't see it. You really, especially in that size, that would be considered, a fancy cut design. You can order true to size. You can see it as a nice slight band all the way around on the matching ring. And then we'll give you that information in just a few seconds on the pendant. That is also going to be available for you. But each one, you just choose, no two will be alike. You choose Kingman Turquoise, you choose your Howlite. And here's a good example. I'm going to show you the Howlite, or the white buffalo as we refer to it. Another sample. example. See how no two, and that's the beauty of this, are ever gonna be. Some might have more white, some might have more, a little bit of the black in it. And then there you can see, of course, that gorgeous, I love that Spiny Oyster, especially in this heart shape. It really pops. Kingman, or the Kingman Turquoise in the heart shape is our most popular. They're telling me I have fewer than 200 right now that are currently available for you. But this is what this team does. Many of them too, Jen, I feel like we get to know them, but have been with Chaco Canyon right from the very beginning.
Oh, for more than 30 years. But before Chaco Canyon was Chaco Canyon, it was running there. And the first silversmith, I do believe, was Richard Berlin. And you have his family members working as a silversmith too as well. And you have also, you know, the Delgaritos, you have brother, sister, uncle, cousins. And so all this family for more than 30 years have worked together, and husbands and wives. Actually, there were some wives that have taught their husbands at the work sites. And so just, you know, working with your family members, sitting there, making all this jewelry, and having them sit outside and look at the Southwest, you know, sit outside in the desert. As you see the rains come in, you know, you can smell the rain and just be thankful for what's going on. And we just had our big storms here for the first time, our monsoon season. And a lot of people were, you know, feeling very blessed, because right now it's